Hell yeah.
And down. You like that intro, Aaron? You like that shit?
Frightened the crap out of me. It was so loud.
That's how we do it. Hey, it worked. It frightened somebody. Good. It worked. What is going on? That's right. It's your boy. Phat 5 Freddy, bitches. That's right. That's right. Y'all keep an eye out for my upcoming new album called Welcome to Prime Time, bitch. And bitches, where's my money? That's right. With the upcoming single, that's right. I'm your boyfriend now. Blah. Yeah, what is going on? We got all the legends in the house, especially a returning legend. Hold on. I got to blow him up. Today. Aaron Penn. That's right. The Hell Priest.
My boy.
Of the Cult of Cinema. The Cult of Cinema. Aaron, welcome back, my friend.
I am here in Marrakesh, Morocco, and it is 2 a.m. in the morning, and it's like 19 degrees. So,
dedication. We appreciate that, my friend. It's good seeing you, though, brother. It's good seeing you, my guy.
it's good to be back.
Yes. And, up over here, baby. That's right. We got my boy Darren in the house. You blow Darren up.
Exhausted.
Oh, no. I blew him up. The battery exhausted. That is hilarious. That is
Oh my
perfect
god.
timing. It could not get any perfect timing than that.
That
All right,
is
so we're
amazing.
moving on. Hey, this is what happens when you go live, baby. This is what happens when you go live. All right, next up, we will come back to Darren later. Oh, wait, there he is.
There he is.
Hold on.
We
All
got
right.
him. We got him.
All right, let me try
I don't know
this
what
again.
the heck happened there.
Man, that was hilarious.
You're back.
That's right. There he is.
All right,
Darren
there I
in the
am.
house. Hey, how you doing, brother? Welcome back.
I'm doing good. I went on a real far out limb as a.
Damn it.
Oh!
God damn it.
It might be the camera.
Oh, might be the camera. All right.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well,
I got a feeling it's the camera.
this live stream just became a slasher film. Darren just got taken out. So we will move on to Jeff. That's right. Jeff, the other gear brother. Let me blow him up. That's right. Both of these guys are extremely talented. They are writers of the Retaliators film. Oh, what do we got going here? Holy shit.
I am a pastafarian. I subscribe to the Flying Spaghetti Monster deity.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. Whipping up some noodles and sauce.
Amazing. Again, dedication. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Phat 5,
by the way,
Freddy appreciate that.
this is spaghetti sauce.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure, Jeff. Yeah. All right, one more time.
Sorry.
One
Okay,
more
my
time.
camera issues are solved once and for all.
Okay.
I went out on a limb, and I am a blockbuster video employee for tonight.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And being surrounded by the hundreds of VHS tapes that I am surrounded by, it feels right at home.
Love it. Love it.
Just want to give
right.
some love to this rare Retaliator shirt. That's where all this spaghetti sauce was coming from. So
nice. Hey, I'm still waiting for my 6X.
Oh, dude, you have to realize, Samurai, that takes a long time to sew. So just hold on.
Maybe another 2 years. Probably another 2 years to put that together. But it's good. It's great having the Gear Brothers back. That's right. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. I'm already having an absolute blast. Y'all know him, Mr. Tony of the Dead Son. That's right. We're going to blow him up. Welcome back.
Oh!
Tony! Oh! That's lovely.
A pumpkin man, I guess.
You're the great pumpkin. You're the great pumpkin. Love it.
Dude,
I love it.
Great. I love it.
It doesn't get any more Halloween than that shot right there.
No.
It's got a little bit of a Season of the Witch vibe, you know?
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. All right. Last but not least, but we will have another guest join us a little bit later. We have here, that's right, DJ Anubis. What's going on, brother? Welcome back.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
What's cool was that what I loved about that one was for a split second, I don't know why, but it had the frame of his face in there without the mask, and then the mask jumped on. So there was like a real transition there.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, but you know what? Somebody lied to me because when you get bit, you're supposed to be able to, your senses in heightened. You should be able to see better, but I still need these motherfuckers.
Oh my goodness. But we have a plethora of guests here tonight. The badasses have returned. I'm keeping an eye out on Joe Valley from Media Glitch. We'll see when he comes back. I will pop him in to join in on the fun. But hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Versus. Do the quick roll call. We got a whole bunch of badasses here. The roll call might be cut short because there's a lot here. Jay Call in the house. John Martinez, Will, Zaid. That's right. Lady Danish, Heather. What's going down? Dingo. Oh yeah. Bob Odinson, David Hurd, Eric, Marco G, the Shogun of Harlem, and Brad. Welcome, guys. Thanks for popping in. That's right. And everybody here, don't forget every single guest and the guest vid votes that we have tonight. All other information is in the description box below, so you guys can follow them, subscribe to Cult of Cinema, and everybody else. That is right. All right. The shades are coming off, baby. Wow. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Because Fat Five Freddy needs to see. That's right. This is Fat Five Freddy's reading glasses now. All right. So, yeah, thanks again for everybody showing up. You guys are amazing. And holy shit, we have made it to motherfucking 50 episodes, baby. Holy shit.
That was awesome, man. Oh.
50 episodes of excitement and disappointment for some. That's right. But it's all good fun at the end of the day. And the most important thing is everybody comes here, states their opinion, and has a great time. That's the important thing. Nobody here attacks someone in a disrespectful way, because if they do, they're going to get fucked up. That's how we roll. That's how Samurai Guy rolls. All right. Before we get started, we're going to jump right into two classics here. Man, two of my favorites. The best Versus episodes are the ones where I'm just like, I can't choose because I'm just like suffering here. But yeah, Jason Lives, Dream Warriors. Y'all know what it is. Two of my favorites in the franchise. But before we get started, we have a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, such a good trailer.
Love it.
Oh, Samurai.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, Aaron, they don't make trailers like that anymore, man.
Oh
The
man, I
trailer-
remember that trailer premiered. I was in college going to see that film, and it was an experience. But still, seeing the Friday films in the big screen, even Jason Takes Manhattan, fantastic.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm
So
so
good.
jealous. That is fucking awesome. Yeah, when trailers were fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. These films have both come out in the 80s, guys. So sorry, we're going to be spoiler talk. If you guys haven't seen it, if you guys haven't seen it, too bad. We're going to talk about it. But we're going to jump right into 1986, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives, directed by Tom McLaughlin. That's right. Starring Tom Matthews. That's right. C.J. Graham. And many other badasses. We'll get into it. But here's a quick plot synopsis for those who have not seen the film. Tommy Jarvis exhumes Jason Voorhees to cremate his corpse, but inadvertently brings him back to life instead. The newly revived killer seeks revenge, and Tommy may be the only one who can stop him. That's right. So I really didn't get into the Friday the 13th. I've always been a Friday the 13th fan as such from the movies I had to sneak away to see on my own. I already told you on Samurai Guy's upbringing, man. You know, like things were banished. So I was already a fan. I was the youngest Jason Voorhees walking around. There was like this is a real story, guys. At our church, we had a Halloween costume dress up for all the kids, and little samurai. I was this big, right? And we had a real machete in our backyard for cutting wood and shit.
Oh no!
Right? So I was like, well, I need a prop. So I actually got a Jason mask, grabbed the real machete, and I walked all the way to church. And I walked into church with the real machete. And of course, everybody loved the outfit and they loved everything. But that's just just to let you guys know, I've been a fan since I was very young. I didn't hurt anybody. Right? The machete was taken away really quickly. But yeah, I thought that would be a funny story to share. But yeah, as I got older, especially when a lot of these movies came out on DVD, that's when I started to binge watch a lot of these, especially revisiting ones I haven't seen in years and ones I haven't seen. So Friday the 13th, Part 5, I absolutely hated. I was pissed off. I was angry. I hated it.
Aaron's already losing his mind.
It lied. Aaron, you mean to tell me the first time you saw the fifth movie, you loved it?
I did, but you got to understand, I saw all of them in theater initially, and after seeing Part 4, when Part 4 it ends, with the Corey Feldman with the face. I was expecting that, so I was kind of
you were expecting
when I first saw that it wasn't Tommy Jarvis,
right?
But I did like the fact that it was a throwback to actually being a mystery, but unlike the first one, it didn't cheat you. Like you actually had a chance to guess who the mystery killer was in Part 5. In Part 1, you really don't, because you don't see her till right at the end.
Right. Okay.
But so I can totally understand. Like you were in the majority. Most people were like, "Where the hell's my Jason?"
Right. Well, I hated it, but the funny thing is revisiting it many years later, it's fucking hilarious to watch now. You can actually enjoy parts of it. We revisited it here on the channel a while back, but at the time I was so mad, and I kind of gave up on the franchise, to be honest. I was like 1 through 4, that's it, I'm done. I don't care about anything else. And I was so done, I was done with the franchise. And then my expectations were so low. I didn't even want to watch 6. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, let's just get it out of the way. We bought the DVD, let's just do it. And me and my wife sat down, and the movie started with this crazy opening, where just people getting punched through the chest, the heart, Jason holding the heart, this craziness, and you get this amazing iconic shot. I mean, this is what it's all about. Horror fans out there, like shit like this is just fucking iconic, amazing, and badass, and why you watch these movies. But right after that, when this happens,
Yeah.
me and my wife, our jaws dropped. We were not ready for them basically, making fun of James Bond. I think, Aaron, they brought James Bond back that year, right? Was it Timothy Dalton's Bond?
Probably.
The same year, I think.
I think he was a little bit
No,
later.
Living Daylights, I think, was 87.
Okay. Well, then it's even more genius then. But yeah, our jaws dropped, and from then on, we had just had an absolute blast. It was hilarious. We had some great kills, and I mean, I love CJ Graham's a fucking beast. He's a beast, and I love that. Hey, Jason had a utility belt this time around,
and a booty.
Yeah. Jason had a utility belt. He wasn't fucking around. And the comedy got us. We loved the comedy. Just the over the top craziness for Mr. Voorhees. And my favorite kill. I'm not going to talk too much because we got a huge panel here. But I mean, my favorite kill and my favorite shot of the movie is, man, the poor sheriff.
Oh yeah,
getting bent all the way backwards. I mean, that was insane, man. Like snap, crackle, and pop. It was nuts, and we loved it. But this is my favorite shot right here. Like there are horror films in its entirety that are not this badass as this one shot.
That was my favorite of the whole film too.
Fucking sick, bro. Like this is fucking amazing. I love this movie. It's my favorite in the franchise, and I actually had the pleasure of interviewing a while back Tom and McLaughlin and CJ Graham. It was awesome having them here on the channel, and we had a great time talking about behind the scenes stories, man. Especially CJ Graham, he's hilarious. And I did meet CJ Graham in person at CreepyCon this year, and he's a big motherfucker. Yeah. He's a big dude, man. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, funny and a great guy. I love this movie. I love it. I love the music. And,
the soundtrack's great.
Yeah, the soundtrack is great. I really can't think of anything else bad to say about it as of right now. But it was like a breath of fresh air, really, after I got done watching it. So yeah, this is A+, thumbs up for Phat 5 Freddy. But now we'll go to Tony.
I grew up liking the second one the best. I always liked the mask, that cloth mask that he had.
Yeah.
And then recently, when the Blu-ray box set came out, I was binge watching them. I was like, I don't think I like this one as much as I used to. And I don't really know which one I like. But watching this one this time, I was like, oh, this was, I liked it. I still like it a lot. I do think that the way he comes back is really dumb. And how does he still have an eye? Like the maggots are of everything, but his eye is fine. That was like, okay.
But is it dumber? Is it dumber than a dog peeing fire?
In a dream, no. Or I should say, yeah. I know what you mean. Jason. The dog's name was Jason too.
Yeah, we're having fun. Go for it.
Yeah, I enjoy it this time around too. I think the counselors are like most of them are kind of like I don't care about really any of them. I like Court, but I like him in like everything I see him in, and he got a little obnoxious driving that van or that what's it called, motorhome, but he had a cool kill, the van flipping over and her getting her face pushed through the mirror and that was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like that's Crush. Glass too, like holy shit. That's crazy. But yeah, I definitely never like I always say like, Kane Hodder is my favorite. I still think he's my favorite, but CJ Graham, he's probably my second favorite. Like he's a beast, like you said. Like he and the humor, I like the humor. I used to think where he's holding up the arm, like he's like, oh shit, look what I did. Like I can do this now. It's like, huh. And then when the motorhome is shaking, he goes, like what the fuck's going on in there? But it was fun to watch. I really enjoyed it, and the soundtrack, like we were saying, is awesome. Like it kicks ass. But yeah, I do enjoy it. Nothing really I could say about it except what I said.
All right,
we have a
copy
lot of
that. Nice. Nubis.
I'll just put it out there. I'm not the biggest Friday the 13th fan in general. I do enjoy some of the movies, obviously, but I didn't get a chance to rewatch this one. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times over the years, but I just didn't get a chance to really refresh my memory. So I'm not going to have a whole lot to say on it. But I do remember the paintball game scenes, and that was really an entertaining and fun moment in the movie. I thought that was pretty funny. And then the only other thing I can really remember is at the end, you showed the still of Jason being chained to the bottom of the lake. I've seen people like on the web that have like either miniatures or whatever of Jason like that in their ponds, like fish ponds and stuff. So it's kind of creepy when you come across it. It's funny.
I saw people have it in their fish tank too.
Yeah.
They're really neat.
Too. Yeah.
There was one I saw where it was like they made a whole table, and it was weird. Like you can like look down like that, and Jason's like trying to get out. It looked like he's trying to be on. It was crazy, man. It's good stuff. All right, Jeff.
Well, I have something to confess. I saw the first Friday the 13th when I was like really young. And that's about it for my Friday the 13th exposure. So I was coming at this like, okay, I'm watching part 6, maybe, hopefully I can, kind of pick it up without trouble. And I gotta say, man, this was a real joy to watch. As I was getting through it, I mean, one thing for me that I really loved were the characters. Now, I don't mean that because I really cared about them a lot. I just thought that they were really funny. I loved the sheriff and his one-liners. That was another thing too. Was like there were a lot of great lines in the movie. Court, he was already brought up. Something that I'm thinking about, like things that have stuck with me, like after, like that I keep thinking about. One of them is that shot that you already showed, after, on the RV where Jason's just standing there and it's like burning, and like that is just, I mean, that's a work of art right there. Probably my favorite. That's definitely my favorite shot of the film. But that I loved Court and his girlfriend Nikki. Like that, I was kind of a little sad to see them die, because I was like, man, they're really holding this movie together, like in terms of just entertaining characters. And the thing about their relationship that stuck with me was the sex scene, because here it comes. You're like, okay, I'm getting a gratuitous sex scene. And meanwhile, I'm laughing my ass off because she's doing like the 80s dance, riding him. And I was like, dude, this is the greatest shit. I don't know. There was something about that was just so absurd, but it was funny. And then when he's driving the trailer, he goes, "What are you doing back there? Taking a dump?" Like, what a fucking hilarious line. And then the other character who was great was the groundskeeper. And again, I could have used a little more of the groundskeeper, but he had some like weird but hilarious lines. Like, did you dug him up? Does he think I'm a fart head?
Fart head.
And then before he dies, he has like a great line. What it was, but yeah, his death was cool. Like, and I like the kills too. Like Jason breaks the alcohol bottle and then kills him with the bottle. You know what I mean? Right after he says, "This is gonna be the death of me," So I thought that was cool. And I don't want to take up too much time. This was a really fun movie, man. It's front to back, and I also really loved where it ended up with the sheriff's daughter. Like, she was hilarious. You know what I mean? How she took the reins and kind of being the badass towards the end. That was a lot of fun too. So yeah, I didn't really have any problems with it, except for what maybe Tony. I think you mentioned something about this, which was that I didn't really care about them when they died, the counselors. You know, it just the kills didn't feel like they hurt. The only kill that really hurt me was Court and Nikki. You know, I was like, damn it, you know, that one kind of sucked. You know, and what was cool about them, just one last thing, was that I expected to hate them when they first showed up on screen. So it was a lot of fun for the movie to kind of like seduce me into like liking these otherwise really annoying character tropes. So that was fun too.
Nice. And don't forget, like you're spot on with the characters, but don't forget the other cop who was like obsessed with the gun, you know. The red dot, you're like,
oh yeah, the red dot guy. Yeah,
what's
yeah.
the line? What's the line, Aaron? What is it?
Or if the red dot goes, you bang.
There you go.
Bang.
You bang.
Yeah, and another one. You in show business, kid? You sure know how to make an entrance. It's like, I just love shit like that. It's great.
You know that Never Hike Alone movie that came out?
Yeah.
There's the second one that's in the snow, and that cop, the Yabang, is in that one.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, it was
says
pretty
it
cool.
again.
Yeah. I hope they make another one. I know they're trying to make another one, so hopefully that happens. Darren.
Well, I'm a lifelong huge Friday the 13th fan. Yeah, I've always kind of bounced around with my favorites. You know, I've always been a big four guy. I even love Manhattan. I love that one. It's, you know, there's a lot of cheese in it, but I do love it. And of course I love Jason Lives. I have that the piece you're talking about with Jason hanging underwater. I actually have that. It's in here somewhere. I was looking for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you know what I love about this movie is it's kind of the perfect, in my opinion. I think it really kind of sums up. It's a great movie to show someone who's never seen a Friday the 13th, because I feel like it's sort of I don't know. I feel like it really sort of boils all the best elements down into a just super lean and brutal movie. I actually love his resurrection in the beginning. I actually think I love the camp of it. You know, it's like every movie they have to figure out some fucking way to get him back and some way for him to die. And I actually really love the stupid campy idea of exhuming him and the lightning strikes, and I don't know. I love it. And then obviously, just what a death! What an iconic, amazing death! And just the body count is so high. They're just kill, and I feel like one kill is as great as the next. And you guys already tackled that. There's just these fantastic, iconic shots just all throughout. There's just the directing is really good. And I agree with you, CJ. I'm a big Kane Hodder guy myself, but every time I watch this, he really has a scary force to him. You know, it feels very powerful. You know, it's tough, you know. So yeah, I just love it. I find it pretty perfect for a Friday film. I mean, like I said, I love how lean it is. There's not a lot of story going on. It's just, you know, it's just body count the whole time, and I with just the right amount of humor in there. So yeah, I think it's pretty perfect.
Nice. Aaron.
Well, Friday the 13th is my favorite franchise. We'll start with that.
All right.
Yeah. So I've seen most all of them in theater. I think the only one I didn't watch in theater was Jason X, because it was playing in a theater that I wasn't at. But my friend dressed up as Jason and went to it.
Nice.
I love Part 6. I think Jason Lives is fantastic. Now, one thing coming from like somebody that was around when the movies came out, this was the most promoted out of all the Friday 13th films. Much Music in Canada, MTV in the US did the, around the clock with like the Alice Cooper, Man Behind the Mask, like showing all the time. You'd see there was a novelization for this one, and a really good novelization with the actual real ending to the film, because the ending that's used in the movie is not the way it's supposed to go. Unfortunately, the groundskeeper gets killed, but he's not supposed to. The groundskeeper is supposed to live, because at the end of this movie, we're supposed to see Elias Voorhees, his dad, come in and pay off the groundskeeper for taking care of his son's grave, to giving it some extra attention. He's supposed to be like with long hair and kind of like really steely, scary eyes. And I actually read the novelization before I went to the theater to see the movie, which was a bit of a disappointment. Now, that being said, I really like this film. The guy that plays Court, he's nephew of John Travolta. So I guess that charisma shows through. I loved many things about this film. I like the actor Thom Matthews a lot. I think he's a really good actor. He's extremely good in these films. C.J. Graham knocks it out of the park as Jason Voorhees. And I love the way the kills are done. I think that Tom McLaughlin did the best that you can do for something like this when you're at a sixth film. Because here's the thing. In order to make this movie, he couldn't go in and make just another Friday the 13th film again. He had to mix it up a bit. He had to do something different, some comedy. But there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is Friday the 13th, like the series, all came together perfectly in part 4. That's probably by far, like, is when you think of like Friday 13th, like all the parts together being good, like characters that you care about, a really good Jason, a great ending for the franchise, a fantastic opening. Part 4 probably does it best, and it's hard to get over that hurdle. It was really hard for part 5 to get over that hurdle. They tried with lots of boobs, but unfortunately didn't work. Now the girl that's with Court, she was supposed to be in part 5, Darcy DeMoss. She's actually was supposed to be in the part that Deborah Voorhees played. So you almost had a chance of seeing a lot more of Darcy DeMoss, because one thing that's missing in this Friday 13th film is nudity. It's the only Friday 13th film of the Paramount that doesn't have any nudity at all. So for me, I think it's a fantastic film. Overall, it just does almost everything right as a film in a pocket universe of its own. But we got to look at the other ones. That this is the ending of a trilogy, and anybody that's watched these Halloween movies over the last while knows how much ending of trilogies can be problematic sometimes. Corey Feldman played Tony Jarvis, and he played him in a very weird, quirky, kiddie type, like really unique way. John Shepard took over the role from Corey Feldman, and he had this kind of like this PTSD, kind of like really withdrawn character that you would assume Tommy Jarvis would be. As much as I like Thom Matthews, I have no clue who the hell this character is, because he's not Tommy Jarvis. He has nothing in relation to the characters in the films before. He's there's no super he's way too cool, he's way too attractive, he's not Tommy Jarvis. And that as soon as he came on the screen, that took me out of it. And I was like, I'm loving this movie, but I am hating Tommy Jarvis. And this is an actor I like, so it has nothing to do with the actor. The actor's fantastic. And I think that when he did the cameos in like certain films that came later on, he actually did a better job in those little tiny parts that he had there than what he had in this film. Because I think Tommy Jarvis is the weakest written character in the film. And the other thing that was mentioned is that unfortunately, the camp counselors don't have much character in this. It's true. We've gone from like people like Crispin Glover and stuff like that to these. Like I like Renee Jones. I think she's very attractive, but she's she pretty much gets thrown. She gets hot out the window. We see her head afterwards. Megan is great for what she does. I love the cops in the film. I love the fact that this is the only film in the franchise up to this point that have kids at the camp. I don't like the fact that it's the only one that does this and doesn't do anything with it. we got the urgency. Okay, there's kids at the camp. Something could happen, but nothing ever really does. You never feel like you're out of safe ground with this one. But that being said, with all the negativity, this is still a movie that I will put on and watch and enjoy the hell out of. I can go with the first 8 Friday 13th films, the Paramount 8. Watch them at any time, day or night. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. I could watch them over and over again. I'm always entertained.
There you go, Darren. You're not alone. Aaron likes the 8th film. There you go.
Is it just me, or does the guy that played Tommy Jarvis look like Michael Dudikoff from American Ninja?
He does.
a little bit.
Good call, yeah.
I also thought the sheriff kind of looked like Donald Sutherland a little bit.
Yeah, I could see
there's
that.
There's a little flavor there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Very well said, Mr. Pin. Yes. All righty. Let's keep
dropping
it rocking
the
and
knowledge.
rolling here.
Yeah, that was cool.
Dropping the knowledge. Yes.
I also wish that Tommy Jarvis's friend lived longer because I like
Rorschach. I love Rorschach.
Yeah.
He was cool, man. He was great in the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. If I can find it here, it may not be here anymore. Is it right here? Let me see. So this was hilarious in the movie where he kept getting shot and he kept popping up to the music.
Oh,
yeah. He gets shot, fall. Oh man, great. That was so good. And Jason X did a little something similar. But yeah, Jason Lives is fucking awesome. All right, let's keep going. Nightmare on Elm Street. Very next year, Dream Warriors, man. 1987. All right, directed by Chuck Russell, starring the lovely Heather Langenkamp and Robert Englund. Here's the plot synopsis for those who have not seen Dream Warriors. So we have a psychiatrist familiar with knife-wielding dream demon. Freddy Krueger helps teens at a mental hospital battle the killer who is invading their dreams. Man, I will never forget the first time I watched this movie. It completely blew me away, man. I was just like, Jesus Christ. The music, the special effects, the fun characters. What was the name of the black actor?
Kincaid.
Yeah. That's my role, motherfucker. I would have killed that role, man. Freddy's back! Freddy's back! I was like, that's not his real voice, is it? But no, his voice makes things memorable for sure. But yeah, just I mean, I can't really at the top of my head think of anything horrible or bad about it. I know for some people, Nancy dying is a huge, like, they're like, fuck this movie. That's for some people. I'm fine with it. But yeah, I really can't. I mean, Samurai Guy is, the gorier the better. Give me a little bit more gore. I mean, let's be honest. The wizard kid's death kind of sucked. Let's be honest here. Some of the deaths were just one stab and that's it. One stab, they're dead. You're off screen. So me being picky, because you guys know I'm a gore hound, I would love a little bit more. But for what they had in here was great, man. I mean, look at these effects, guys. Like, look at this shit. I mean, everybody watching right now that have not seen this movie, all you younglings, this is not CGI.
Nope.
Okay. No, this is real.
Practical effects, baby.
That's right, and it's fucking amazing. Like, just mind blowing.
Take that guy to a buffet.
Got some hungry hippos action here.
Hungry Freddy's.
But yeah, I mean, even if you want to be nitpicky with some of the stop motion and stuff like that, it's fine. It's the 80s, man. Stop motion was used a lot. It has its charm. I have no issues with it. But yeah, just phenomenal. I rewatched the Dokken Dream Warriors music video the other day, and I haven't seen it in a long time. I wanted to rewatch it to get in the mood for the stream, and I was loving that music video. It's one of the greatest music videos of all time.
So great.
It's so good. I was laughing hysterically at Freddy covering his ears at the end. The band's like playing harder, and he's like covering his ears. Oh, it's so
must have been a nightmare.
So good. Yeah, so good. Yeah. But yeah, just phenomenal all around. I love this movie. A+ 2 thumbs up for sure. Tony.
I gotta say this of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, this is the one that I've watched the most. It kind of has like a personal. I'm not gonna try to bring the show down, but like I've spent time in a hospital like that when I was younger, and so it like kind of hits me more.
Okay.
But I've watched it so many times. I actually used to dream about Freddy in an asylum, and all I remember vaguely, I'm trying to tell my dream. I was like, I could climb the wall. Apparently, I guess that was my dream power. I could climb the wall, and I was watching him chase people, and the like asylum was up there, and the sky was like red. I was like, okay, and then like he wanted to come after me. Then I was like, no, I'll help you. I don't want to die, but like, yeah, I was thought that this one of all the Elm Streets is my favorite. It definitely is. I just really, really love it. I love the characters. The part to this day it still gets me is Philip's part where his insides or whatever like come up and he like marionettes them, and it's like pulling. Yeah, that goes right through me, especially his feet. He's walking. Oh my god! But like watching it like now, I watch the Blu-ray and you could see some rope like ropes and stuff when like the Wizard Master gets picked up. Oh, there it is. Oh Jesus, that's still like right now. I got to chill. But like the Wizard Master, you could see like him like a thing up there like as he's lifting him up. Which I think his part would have been great to see so much more of me, especially if he could do magic. It would have been really cool to see a lot more stuff. Which, if they ever remade part 3, I'm not saying I want them to.
No!
If they did,
Tony, you jinxed
definitely, it's not even wood.
Jinxed it, Tony.
I don't know, but like. Yeah, it's just it was a lot different this last time I watched it too. Like I watched it today and it was like, I guess you just notice things more now than when you were like, 20 years ago. And I think in the song in the beginning, like it was Dawkins, but then on the VHS, wasn't it a different song that was playing on the radio? Or
Into the fire!
Yeah.
They play Into the Fire twice, actually. It's in the beginning and then when it goes back to that scene.
Right. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought like on VHS there was a different song playing. I don't know why. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, and this is definitely, I saw somebody comment about it. This definitely where Freddy started to be a little more comical, which I like. That it's not over the top comical with him in this. Like he cracks jokes and stuff, and like his voice is also, it goes in and out from like, you could tell Robert Englund's trying to do a Freddy voice to like, Joey, look, all the little pigs come home, like that. And then like sometimes he's like, oh, there's room for more. And it's like, okay, they didn't do his voice right there, but like I like the Freddiness. I like the prop. I like the design. Like where Joey's hanging over that thing, and like just the design of the layout was really cool. The junkyard. What's his name? John Saxon. Getting impaled was like, wow, and I know the stop motion's kind of weird, but like I always liked that. I thought it was creepy because how do you fight a skeleton,
Yeah.
And he had a really cool, Freddy had a cool skull. But yeah, I love the movie. It's my favorite in the franchise. So
yeah, I mean, I get the complaints about, the more sequels came out, the more comedic Freddy got, the more over the top he got. I get that argument, but I mean, he was pretty serious in the first original movie, but if you watch that movie again, he was fucking with Nancy and enjoying it, and it kind of came off comedic. I mean, there was no reason for him to start chopping off his fingers and laughing at it to her. I mean, you could find comedy there. I'm your boy for now, tongue. It's fucking hilarious.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, he's the most serious, compared to the other ones, or maybe not two. I don't know. Two. A lot of people think, he's more serious in the second film, but I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I saw.
but
There's
in two,
shades of comedy.
In two, he's towel snapping dudes' asses in the shower. I mean, come on, two's got some really funny shit.
There you
Well,
go.
I guess I should say when he talks, he's more funny when he talks in this one.
I know what he's talking about.
You know what I mean?
And the one-liners,
yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because people were like, "He's dead serious in the original. There's no comedy at all." I'm like, really?
That's a good point. That's a
good
good point.
Right
I don't know about that.
When he's walking down the alley,
hilarious.
He like when he runs after, he's like this. Yeah.
It's hilarious, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well said, Tony. DJ Anubis.
Yeah, I'm still one of the ones that feels like the first one's totally terrifying. So I think even with the stuff that you mentioned, that the way he does it, it doesn't come off as comedic, so I don't really see it comedic in it or comedy in it. But when it came to the second film, there was a moment at the end at the pool when one kid is like, "Just gonna try to help you, man. I'm gonna try to help you." And that moment is when Kruger says, "Help yourself, fucker." And I knew there was gonna be this shift with his character to a more one-liner comedic movement, and Dream Warriors expanded on that a lot. Right. But I liked it. I really liked his attitude, and when all the kills, like the TV kill, is like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." Yeah, it's so amazing and funny. I'm kind of with Tony, though. I enjoyed the puppeteering kill the most out of this film. It's just well done. It was creepy as hell having a little miniature Freddy puppet jump down and all this other stuff going on. Now, I don't know if Aaron can confirm this, but I've noticed when watching Dream Wars, I don't own it on DVD, shame on me, but when I've seen it on streaming sites and everything, there was a scene when I was in the theater with Joey and the nurse. And they showed her topless in that film. But I think since then they've actually taken it out, and I'm not entirely sure why or if it's actually true or not. I just have not seen that scene anymore like it was.
No, it's still there.
Oh, it's there.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. The last one, unless there's another version, or maybe there's.
Maybe that's what happened. Is I just saw some version out that they just took it out. But
yeah,
you might have seen like a TV version or something. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Alternate edit. Yeah.
I did. My favorite scene also in this film is, and it's one that you wouldn't really expect, but I thought it was very impactful because the cast is really strong. But it's when Nancy is with the psychiatrist and he's sitting down with the kid and he's getting ready to put him on hypnotism. And Nancy comes in, he's introducing her, and she's explaining that she knows who's trying to kill them. And they're like, "Yeah, whatever, dude." And then when she starts breaking down what he looks like, you could just see the terror on their face. Like, they're like, "Oh, shit, she really is nailing this." So I really, really enjoyed that scene in the movie and thought that it was a real powerful moment for the movie as well. The other thing I like about Dream Wars is that it expands on the idea that, especially from the first film, that you can take control of your own dreams. So you can become what you want to be in those dreams, and you can fight Freddy back. Sometimes you don't have very good luck doing it, but we saw that in Dream Warriors where they all were like, "I'm a bad bitch," or "I'm a wizard."
Mm-hmm. This line is hilarious. The way she delivers this line is so funny.
I love that part.
It's so great.
It's so fun.
And bad. Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Here's one thing I don't understand. How did the psychiatrist, how did he get hypnotized if he was hypnotizing them?
That's a good point.
I never thought of that.
Aaron?
How did he get hypnotized? Craig Wasson?
Yeah, because he was the one doing the hypnotism. How did he hypnotize himself?
Yeah, technically. Well, I guess the point is that Patricia Arquette's character is able to pull people into her dreams.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So that's probably how that happened.
Then did she really need to? Did they really need to be hypnotized?
That I don't know.
She could have said, "Group."
Yeah. The last thing I'll just note is obviously the soundtrack is great. Dawkins is amazing choice of a band for this, and the video that Samurai brought up. I love how it just plays through the almost entire movie. Only now you've got the rock band in there being the heroes and fighting back against Freddy Krueger. And I just really enjoyed that video a lot. So, yeah, that's all I got to say on the movie.
So good. Nice, nice, Nubis. Well, he just arrived. Media glitch, that's right. Filmmaker, director Joe Valley just showed up. What's going on, brother? And we don't know how long we have you, so we're going to go straight to you. Thoughts on Dream Warriors? Unless you want to say something quick about Jason Lives real quick.
Jason Lives is my favorite Friday the 13th movie.
Hey.
Sorry I don't have my regular setup.
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm
just making it in to basically cast my vote. But, you know, I love the Friday the 13th. It's the first one I saw in the theater. I'll say that really quick. And I'm sure you guys said all the awesome stuff about just how different it is from all the other ones up until that point. The James Bond beginning,
Uh-oh.
His battery ran out.
Battery exhausted.
We'll come back. Oh,
there he is.
Yeah, something must be going on with my.
It's all good. All right,
my internet, man.
It's all good, brother. It's all good, man.
Never fails. Never fails.
Always funny.
It's always funny. Jeff, go for it. Let's keep it going.
Oh, there he is.
Come back. All right.
No, you
Last
guys
time.
go.
Last
you
chance.
Guys go.
No.
You go. I'm
all right.
Figure this
Are you
out.
sure?
Okay. Okay. He's gonna figure it out. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, Dream Warriors. Yeah. So this is kind of the same situation with Friday the 13th for me. I had seen I've only really seen the first one, and I saw it not too long ago, and I liked it a lot. I mean, I was really impressed with like how much better I thought it would be, you know. But it didn't really like lead me down the Freddy rabbit hole. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh, that was a really cool movie, and I just kind of moved on. You know, got distracted with other movies and stuff.
Right.
And so, this was the third in the entry, so I was like, okay, well, let's see. You know, and I gotta say, man, I fucking love this movie. I really, really love this movie. What really amazed me more than anything else was the creativity of, you know, when you think about that sink that turns into a hand, and then Freddy's in the mirror. I mean, that's brilliant, man. And then, you guys have touched on the marionette death already, and that really fucked with me, man. That was hard to watch, and it just stuck with me. You know, I walked away from that movie. Yeah, that's tough to watch, man. And I just thought it was so, when it finally cuts to Freddy, like over, you know, looks like Royce Hall over there. But another thing too, by the way, what was really fun about it was shot where I went to college.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right.
At UCLA. So that was really cool. Like, I knew it right away. I was like, wait a second, I'm looking up. I know they shot a lot of movies there. So that was really cool. It was great seeing Bill Maher in an early role as the psychiatrist. I don't know if you guys
Craig Watson.
He does look like Bill Maher, though. Yeah.
I told Jeff the most Bill Maher-iest that Craig Watson ever looked was in Body Double. If you watch him in Body Double, it's crazy how much he looks like Bill Maher.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. Okay. Doing my little Bill Maher impression. And
Nice.
And the other thing about it too was, and I was so glad Darren didn't tell me about this beforehand, because Darren knows what a huge fan I am of Dick Cavett. And I saw his name pop up, but I was like, okay, well, that's gonna be weird to see Dick Cavett going on. I'm just watching Dick Cavett on the TV in that scene, and I was like, okay, if this was just a scene from his show, they would not be giving him a credit in opening credits. So they hired him for this film. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I knew something was going to happen, but dude, what happened when he showed up? You know, can I ask you a question? he's all, what was it? Who gives a fuck what you think? And then like, you know, when it switches to Freddy, I was like, dude, it just made me fall that much more in love with Dick Cavett. You know, if that wasn't, you know, any more possible up to that point. So that was really awesome. Yeah, I think just the creativity of the kills. Also, I won't say that every character was like as amazing as Jason Lives in terms of like how memorable they were, but I really kind of fell in love with every single character in the sense that when they died, it hurt so fucking bad. I mean, I really felt the kills on this movie, probably more than any movie in recent history, man. Like where a lot of people are getting axed. And that's a real fucking achievement. When you have that many people that you need to kill in a movie, for all of them to really hurt, that's really an achievement. I wasn't happy to see any of them go. Especially the first one, so yeah, I think overall, I mean, I don't really have much more to say. I really fucking love this movie.
Nice.
Oh, also, I did love, you guys were touching on some of the, like the stop motion stuff, and that kind of sat with some of you guys not too well, didn't mind it or whatever. You know, I was really impressed with it, actually. Like, I love that they were pretty ambitious, and maybe they didn't quite get it, but you could tell they really pushed it to the limit of what was available at the time. So I really like that.
I think everybody enjoyed the stop motion here on the panel. I think I was just mentioning there are people out there that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
That have issues with it.
I loved it.
He said heretics.
Yeah.
Darren. Joel, you okay, Joel? You got to go, or you're okay? Yeah, you're a little quiet. Yeah. How much time do you have? Because we'll go to you.
No, I'm good. You can go to.
Okay,
Darren.
Go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, Dream Warriors is very, very near and dear to me. It's a movie I have one of my most rewatched movies ever. Grew up, I watched it on a loop. It was just one of those that just really, being the age I think I was 10 when it came out. 9 or 10, and so just everything just blew my mind. And then over the years, big fan of the Elm Street movies. I agree with Anubis. I do find the first one to be very scary. Still, I still feel like the first one just there's just something so terrifying about it. What I love about 3 is I feel like they really combined the perfect amount of the humor with things still being very scary and disturbing. And, Freddy feels dangerous the whole movie. And the fact that you could get Welcome to Primetime, Bitch, and which, I mean, that is, I don't think I'm alone in saying that's just the greatest Freddy one-liner of all time. But in a movie where he can deliver a line like that and go from Dick Cavett to saying that, also just feel very dangerous the whole movie. I mean, he is talk about a force on the screen. I mean, the different voices and everything. It's incredible. And yeah, I love that. What really struck me as a kid, it still strikes me now, as it was already mentioned, but it's in your dreams choosing your powers. I think it's just such a great concept, and it was that just blew my mind as a kid. I agree. I wish we got like a little more Wizard Master. That always bummed me out as a kid that he was killed so quick. I agree. All the kills. Yeah, you don't want to see anybody die, and they hurt all the way to Nancy, and it really is a rare horror film where you're just truly with, again, this much fun going on. The deaths are what a great kill right there. So anyway, yeah, I have a really funny story from the nurse scene was already brought up. I'll tell this story really quick. So when I was a kid, now again, I was like 10, I was at my my best friend's house at the time, and I'm sure anybody growing up in the 80s, probably 90s too, had the uncomfortable thing of renting movies was such an institution, and then it inevitably you would end up with TNA on the screen, and then parents in the room, and that horrible, uncomfortable feeling. So I was watching Dream Warriors over at my friend's house. I knew the boobs were coming out. So I was like, okay, I do. And it was me and my friend and his mom. And that's the three of us watching. So I'm like, okay, I know right where the boobs are coming. I'm going to go hit the head right before, so I don't have to be in the room when the tits are out and my buddy's there and it's his mom. So I leave the room. I give it like a couple. I know the movie by heart. So I'm like, okay, tits are done. I come back out. The screen is paused, and my buddy goes, "Hey, dude, I paused it for you." He knew exactly what I was doing. He knew exactly what I was doing. He's like, "Hey, man, I paused it for you. Don't worry." And then he started it, and I'm like, "Motherfucker, I don't want to look at tits with your mom in the room." Yeah, so I'll always have fond memories of that scene. I think of it every time. But yeah, and then the last but not least. The other absolute favorite.
Blow it up.
Yeah, blow it up, baby. I got Dream Warriors, the single on vinyl. I've had this since '87, so it's very, very worn. I'm a lifelong metalhead. So the marriage of Doc and in this movie, to this day, I listen to Dream Warriors all the time. It's on I have many I make mixes all the time. But Dream Warriors ends up on most of my mixes. So I'm really just a huge Dawkins fan, period. So yeah, this is one of my prized vinyls that I have hanging. And yeah, so I'm just a big Dream Warriors geek all around.
Real quickly, Darren. Last year, I saw an interview. This metal guy did an interview with both Robert Englund and Don Dokken, and they were revisiting that movie. So I have to find that and try to find you and send it to you because it's so good. It's so good.
Please. Well, you know what's funny too is that Robert Englund interviews are so great to listen to because he's just so articulate and so smart. And Don Dokken interviews are awesome because he doesn't give a fuck and he just speaks his mind and he's real. So. Those two together, I would love to hear that. I love listening to both of those guys.
They have good stories, so I'll see if I find that for you.
Hell yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right. Awesome. Aaron.
Yeah, for this one here, I love this film. It does everything right for a Nightmare on Elm Street film. And the important thing to reference here is whereas like Friday 13th had its mythos by the time part 6 came around, this creates the mythos for Nightmare on Elm Street. Part 1 and 2 are almost two completely different, uniquely weird films. Yeah. Part 3 sets everything in stone for everything you're going to see, whether it be the movies, the remake, the TV shows, whatever. Mm-hmm. This is it right here. You get the dream powers for the first time. You get the gorgeous Patricia Arquette, who I had such a crush on. And apparently, everybody on the set had a crush on Patricia Arquette during the making of this film.
I heard that too, yeah.
Heather Langenkamp is amazing in this. I didn't expect her to die. It was a real shock. And it didn't take away from it. I always love in a film when I feel like it pays off. And this movie brought the stakes. It brought the characters to me, and it paid it off. I love the stop motion. I think the throwback to Ray Harryhausen and Sinbad Savage with the skeletons was fantastic. Mm-hmm. John Saxon it has a much bigger and better role in this one than he did in the first film. So it's really nice to see him be able to do something with this Zsa Zsa Gabor and Dick Cavett. Gotta love that. Most quotable of all the films. Jennifer Rubin, which nobody's mentioned yet, who actually got to do her own kind of Nightmare on Elm Street type film called Bad Dreams with Richard Lynch. Which is an underrated classic, is incredible in this movie. And she gets she's the ex-junkie, so she gets that death, let's get high. Yeah. everything about this film is exactly what I want to see in a Nightmare on Elm Street film. It's taken what's been done before, it's brought it up to a new level, and we're going to see, okay, this is where we're going. Now, people sometimes say, okay, well, Freddy got more jokey over the years. Freddy was always a bit jokey, even in the first film. We actually watched it 2 nights ago over at my sister in last place. And where I forgot how much he was. Like, he doesn't have a lot of lines. People tend to forget, like, there's not a lot of lines for Freddy in the first film. Yeah. But he's got the physicality to him. But nothing is funnier in any like Nightmare on Elm Street movie to me than the first movie when he's got these long arms, and he looks like he's got the kind of exactly, those kind of like the mariachi type, like gigantic Spanish dancer arms. But for me, this is, and Friday 13th is my favorite franchise. But as far as like a movie that pushes it forward, because people forget, like 2 did well, but 2 also got a lot of pushback at the time. And so 3 needed to do well.
Neko,
my girl.
Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
But I utterly I adore this film. I adore this film, and like, if I'm going to turn on any Nightmare on Elm Street movie, 9-10 chances out of 10, this is my first go-to. And even over the first one, this would be my first go-to.
They just don't make movies like this anymore.
The practical effects, I mean, everything. We got a great soundtrack, fantastic music video for this one as well, the same as Friday 13th one. But we got Craig Wasson from Body Double, one of my favorite De Palma films, by the way, and Deborah Shelton, the Body Double. Just take a second, guys, to think about that. And no, everything about this one I utterly adore. I was gonna like make up a negative by saying it was too jokey for me. That'd be a lie. It's not. Just, if anything, the only negative for me is I like these characters too much, so that when these characters die, you feel bad. And not enough Lawrence Fishburne there. There's my negative.
No, Larry.
Good Larry. Yeah.
Good old Larry.
Right, yeah.
All right. Well said. Well said. All right, Joel, you're up, buddy.
Sorry. I actually got a new computer, a new PC, so nothing was set up. It's still not.
It's all good, brother.
Can you hear me, though?
Yeah, you sound great.
I'm great.
Okay, just want to make sure, because you said I was a little low. So Dream Warriors, man, it's crazy because you picked my favorite movies from both franchises, which was crazy when I saw it. And I was like, I have to be, even though I was sending you videos on set, I'm like, I'm trying. I'm going to try to make this.
Yeah.
What the thing I love the most about this movie is how well it's written. It's written so well. Even from when you start, where you start the movie, you end up back there at the end, where she comes in, the mom comes in. Yeah. Like, that was really cool stuff at the time. And you just didn't see that a lot in horror scripts. Yeah. And the chemistry of these guys, all the people in this movie, it's just like lightning in a bottle. Like, everyone it's just, when someone, you almost want to film a whole nother movie with this whole cast again, because they're just the chemistry was so well together. And the return of Nancy coming back with such class, with such like a maturity to her. And you just felt it. Like, when she walks into that room for the first time, you felt that, it's like, oh my gosh, Nancy's back. Like, this is awesome. And there's just so much about this movie that I love. Interesting enough, I never had the issue with the boob problem because, I grew up watching horror movies with my parents and stuff. So I never felt that awkwardness. We watched it all together. But that was you
didn't do
story.
The classic, like,
yeah, I never had to do that. We just all sat there and watched it. It wasn't a big deal. But I love also how real it feels. I don't know the film stock that they used. It's a bit it just feels so real. I don't know. There's something about this movie that feels real to me, and in the ward, and it just like, I don't know, like this could happen. Like, I don't know. It just to me, when I was growing up, this was the one that I play. Like, it was always on repeat, always going, always going.
Yeah.
And I know you guys talked about the effects, the practical effects, like just breaking down that whole scene. I call it Worm Freddy, whatever you want to call it.
Penis Freddy.
I thought it was
Penis
Snake
Freddy, whatever you want to call that scene, is so well done. And if you look at the way like when they shoot her up, like that's an impressive stunt even for that time.
Yeah.
And how far she comes down and hits the ground, right? And some of the other stunts that they did in that thing, the practical effects, everything, like it just feels so awesome. Look at that. all the callbacks to, like you said, the Ray Harryhausen and all that stuff. And then you have the Dawkins soundtrack, of course. And I would argue that video is 100 times better than the Man Behind the Mask. Because it's actually, they somehow made a short film out of a music. Like, it's still like a little tiny film.
Yep.
And they used the footage, and it still works, And if I remember right, I believe even Freddy makes an appearance at the end. I know that.
Yeah, we were talking
he grab
about
the guitar
that.
player too.
Yeah.
And then I remember now. They fight him with music, right?
Yeah, and he's all like,
so
He wakes up from a nightmare and he goes, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
He's holding like a doll.
Yeah. He's like, who are those guys? Or what does he say? He said something like that, right?
Well, hold on. What do you got there? What do you got there, Darren?
What's cool is Freddy's in the band promo shot on the back of the vinyl. So that must have been the music video shoot right there. So yeah, but he's right there in the band promo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome. And I don't know if anyone mentioned this at all. When I talk about the writing, it's so well done. It's so good. But you also get into more, like you meet, is his mom name? No, what's his mom's name? Mary. You meet her. You find out that I think the line is like, he's a bastard son of 1,000 maniacs.
1,000 maniacs, yeah.
And so, like, you get to know more why Freddy is who he is.
Yeah.
You get that lore. You get that deep lore. Yeah.
And that story of it is like so crazy.
So
it's like what you just banged by like 1,000 maniacs.
I know. And you're just like,
what? It is an explanation. It's absurd, but it fits.
Great. Great.
And it added more to that lore that we already loved.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I'm sure you guys said a ton of stuff. I wish I would have been here for the whole thing because I had a ton
we
of
appreciate you popping in, man. Hey,
but Dream Warriors is a classic, man. It's a classic.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate you putting in the work and trying to get here, man. We appreciate that. I have a lot of other people that have been messaging me, just texting me, hey, my vote is this. I'm like, no, fuck you, man. Put in some goddamn work. Send me a video vote or something. Jesus Christ.
You saw me on set. I sent him a video and all my actors, and they're like, we're working as hard as we can, as fast as we can, so he can be on the show. I'm doing.
Joel's like, I gotta be on Samurai. Get your asses moving.
That's right.
That's what it was, man.
And it's cool having Aaron here too. I didn't think Aaron was gonna make it, so that's awesome. But yeah, so before we get to the votes, you have your work cut out for you, Anubis. We have a lot of vid votes, guest vid votes too.
Okay.
But before we start voting, and before we get to that, put Samurai Guy aside. Take me out, put me aside. Before going into this, I'm expecting a clean sweep.
Oh.
I'm expecting. We'll find out, but I'm expecting a clean sweep for we all know what movie it is. But I'm expecting a clean sweep. Will we have a clean sweep? We're about to find out. Let me go first because I already know. God damn it! Hold on a second. Hold on. We gonna do this right. We're gonna do this right. Now remember, when we vote here on verses, it could be for any reason. You could be biased. You could be a critic about it. It could be for any reason, right? It's your preference, your personal preference. We respect that shit. All right, here we go. If Dream Warriors was against anything else, I'd have to go with Dream Warriors. But fuck it, son.
Oh shit!
That's right, bitches.
Oh,
I'm going Jason Lives, son. That's right.
wow.
That's right.
Love it.
And I will be the only vote tonight. But I'm representing. I'm biased. Like I said, if Dream Warriors went up against anything else, I'd pick Dream Warriors. But I'm biased. I can't betray my boy. Plus, I got a text message right now from CJ Graham saying he's gonna kick my fucking ass if I don't vote for Jason Lives.
You're being held hostage.
You got it.
All right. So now we got that out of the way. Next vote up, Anubis.
Oh, you're going right to me.
Yeah.
I'm here. I just had to change.
I vote for Jason X. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh,
I will say that Jason X is my favorite Friday film.
Oh, it's
I don't
fun.
know why. It just is.
It's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is
All
fun.
right. Jeff.
Gosh, man, this is one of those where it really sucks for me to pick something because I love them both so much. I had a blast watching both of them. They're both for my first time. And it's one of those things where it's like, I wish I could take them both home with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can only take one. And that one will be Freddie. Going Freddie.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Samurai.
No, it's all good. I know I'm alone. In this. It's fine. I represent. It's all good. Darren.
It's
You're not gonna hurt Samurai Guy's feelings. It's fine.
Listen,
we had fun, Samurai, but I'm not taking. Yeah, I'm picking the other one.
Yeah,
Darren's like he's about to crush my dreams.
Yeah, listen, I love Jason Lives, but I gotta go Dream Warriors. That's a hard one to overcome. And and I was talking about it with Jeff. I said, the other real marvel about this movie, and I don't know how many you can point out, but in a franchise where the third is the best one, it's pretty rare. I mean, I guess you could make an argument for 4 in Friday, which would be maybe even crazier. But third being the best installment, I think you got to go Dream Warriors as the best Freddy. Right. And yeah, so.
All right, there you go. Joel.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
So, man, okay, so Jason Lives, it's crazy because the first one I see in the theater, I was a huge Return of the Living Dead fan. Right. So to see Freddy, the guy who plays Freddy, like Return of the Living Dead is not probably on my top 10 horror of all time. So to see Freddy play Tommy Jarvis, that to me, that was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. And it should be noted that the director of Part 6 has actually directed in both franchises, if you don't know that. I don't know if anyone pointed that out because I wasn't here. And as awesome as Friday the 13th Part 6 is, it doesn't even come close. Doesn't even stand a chance against Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors is on my top 10 list of all time, movies of all time. Nice. I watch it all the time. I love this movie from beginning to end. I don't think there's a bad part in that whole movie. It's just so captivating, and it's just so well done and so good. Like, I'm sorry, like you can't even
all right.
put them up against each other.
Awesome. But we'll come back to that because Master Chaos was the one that put this together. But Aaron,
again,
Halloween Ends.
My favorite franchise. It's my favorite franchise of all time. Against Nightmare, against Halloween, I love it. Part 6 is one of the greats in the series. one of my favorite Jasons of all time. But that being said, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is the definitive Nightmare on Elm Street film. Everything, there's stuff before it, but this brings it all together. Friday 13th was brought together in part 4. So 6 is just doing, it's getting on the good graces of that and making a really good film. That's fantastic to make a good movie when you're at part 6. I can tell you right now, Nightmare on Elm Street 6 is definitely not as good as Friday the 13th part 6. There'd be a much different thing we're voting on these two.
Right.
But Dream Warriors is a fantastic movie all around. Right from the beginning, when you get to see Patricia Arquette's character, and it's a throwback to that Tina scene in part 1 with the mom and the boyfriend coming in. To go back to see that and get the, where's the fucking bourbon bitch sequence in part 3. You know that this is a labor of love. You know that we've got some Wes Craven writing in here. And it's directed by Chuck Russell, who directed, hands down, one of the best damn remakes ever, The Blob. And I'm going to put it out there right now. The Blob remake is better than The Blob.
I agree 100%.
It is.
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
But it's 100% for me, Dream Warriors. It has to be.
Nice.
And I almost feel bad because I love the actors and I love part 6, but Dream Warriors is on another level.
Nice. Tony, are you all right over there?
Yeah, I just don't want you to show. I want to show you my vote like you did.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to let you see, and then you'll know.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh shit! Let me blow it up.
There it is.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Nah. Love it. I love it.
Tony's not here
I don't have
anymore.
a glove,
It's just
though.
me.
Love it. All right. Let's get to our guest vid votes. All right, here we go. Really quickly here. All right. So shout out to Derek, our boy, Flick Snacks, and Knickknacks' son. I forgot. This is kind of my fault a little bit. I forgot to let him know to keep it short and sweet. So this is like 2 parts. So we'll get to it, and then we'll keep it rocking and rolling. Here we go. Derek.
Hey guys, it's Derek with Flick Snacks and Knickknacks. Sorry I couldn't be there live, but I heard it's a pretty full panel. I miss all of you guys. I can't wait to actually get to talk with you. I was a little bit bummed I couldn't make it this time. Situations are just kind of starting to get ironed out, so hopefully I'll be able to join more frequently in the future. I made a couple of notes on this one because my first time back, it's not an easy one because these are very, very near and dear to my heart, both of these films. I love both of these movies. So let's start it off with that. You didn't make it easy on me, Samurai. You never do, but that's why it's classic, and that's why Versus is my personal favorite series on YouTube. That's why I like to be a part of it so much. Okay, let's start off with Jason Lives, right? You've got classic horror movie vibes, which I absolutely love. I don't love the opening. I'm going to kind of mix and match my pros and cons just so I can get through this so you guys can continue with your video, but I really don't like the opening of this one, the way that they brought Jason back. It was just, I know what they were going for. Like I said, I like the classic vibe, so I'm kind of contradicting. But they could have done something a little bit different. It was a little bit too just, oh, here it is. Here he is. Great Jason. Not only the body actor, but just the shots that we get of him and just the vibe of Jason. Jason is one of my favorite horror movie icons, right behind Chucky, probably. And this is one of my favorite Jasons, if not my favorite Jason. You can refer to my past videos if you'd like on that subject. No, but I do like how it's more self-aware, and that kind of brings us to the next film we're talking about, Dream Warriors, the third part of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. And it's another self-aware film. These movies, that's why I'm going to tie this together like this. They're both very self-aware. They both like to poke fun at themselves. They know that their franchise is kind of dragging on and they're not going to take themselves too seriously anymore. I really like that aspect of it, of both of them. So going on to Dream Warriors, I personally like the Freddy that we get in part 2 more, the scarier, grittier version of Freddy. No, but I do like how it's more.
What happened?
Is it playing?
No.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, Derek.
No, but I do like how it's more self-aware, and that kind of brings us to the next film we're talking about, Dream Warriors, the third part of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. And it's another self-aware film. These movies, that's why I'm going to tie this together like this. They're both very self-aware. They both like to poke fun at themselves. They know that their franchise is kind of dragging on, and they're not going to take themselves too seriously anymore. I really like that aspect of it. Of both of them. So going on to Dream Warriors, I personally like the Freddy that we get in part 2 more, the scarier, grittier version of Freddy. But at the same time, I do like the one-liners. I think they're a little bit too often, and as the franchise grows, they become way too often. But I do like the one-liners. Welcome to prime time, bitch. I wonder how many times you've already shown that clip in this video. I probably just am becoming redundant at this point. But both the casts in these movies struggle for me, in my opinion. I think these are really oddly, terribly cast films, if I'm being blunt. And I could nitpick and probably find a couple decent performances, but I'm not going to do that. It comes down to 2 questions, in my opinion, guys. Which is the better written movie for the character? And which one did I have more fun watching? And unfortunately, guys, those questions have 2 different answers. So the more well-written movie for the character is definitely Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street. However, I did have more fun watching Jason Lives, especially the first time that I watched it. So honestly, I'm still sitting here thinking about which one I'm going to pick. This is terrible. So honestly, guys, personally for me, love both of them. I think they're both probably over 8s out of 10s for me. So no hate towards any of these movies, but honestly, guys, if I have to pick one that I just love, the first time I watched it was probably Jason Lives, but my honest to God pick has to be Dream Warriors, just because I would watch that movie religiously, like almost every day, whereas Jason Lives I would probably only catch a couple times a year. So I guess that has to be my answer. Oh, I hate it. Jason Lives. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm going to go watch you tonight because I'm so sorry. Dream Warriors, congratulations, guys. Who won?
That was great. Oh,
all right.
That's some insane stuff I just heard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that.
Everyone's opinion's valid here.
I was going to say real quick, Samurai. I've heard this. Everyone doing the one-liner, "Welcome to primetime, bitch." But I feel like the better part of that sequence there, the better part of the one-liner was, "Here's your big break on TV."
Exactly right.
That's the best part. That's the best part of it, right?
The setup for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Great scene. All right, next up we have Brandon.
What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banter, and if you are watching this right now, then that means you are most likely watching PhatSamuraiGuy's channel. We got another versus for you. Me personally, out of the 2, we have to verse up today. You know, the 2 Jump the Shark movies, they don't exactly jump the shark because they're also fan favorites. We're, of course, talking about Dream Warriors and Jason Lives amongst those 2 respective juggernaut franchises. What do I like better, though? That's the question. I am more partial to Friday the 13th, and I could even argue that when you dumb it down a little bit and stop making it so serious, that Freddy would even make more sense to do so, but I am here to tell you that I do, in fact, like Jason Lives better. For me, the transition from Revenge, where Freddy was at his all-time darkest, is a little hard to cope with going into, welcome to prime time, bitch, Freddy. It just doesn't work for me as well. Whereas Jason, we already had like the rebirth with this new character and Roy playing Jason, so I kind of already fell off that cliff. It let me go into Jason Lives a little smoother, and I just always have a little more fun with it. Dream Warriors does not work for me as much as other people. Sorry, don't hate me, Fred heads. I always said I love Fred Krueger. I like Freddy Krueger. Dream Warriors kind of dips into that territory. And, Jason, I enjoy the abominable, can't-be-stopped zombie Jason, at least for a movie or 2. So I personally, guys, I'm curious to see what all y'all like. I got to go with Jason Lives on this one. Jason Lives beats out Dream Warriors for me. Interested to see what y'all vote on. I'll definitely be tuning in. Love you guys. And thank you once again, Phat Samurai Guy. Brandon out.
Awful. This is awful. I've been betrayed by my fellow ginger. We gotta stick together, bro.
All right.
Next up,
we got Andre from Necroplasm.
Hey, what's up, Phat Samurai Guy? This is Andy Andres Caldera, a.k.a. the Cobra Commando, here with my boy Ray, taking care of the shop as always. So, yeah, to reply to your video review on Nightmare on Elm Street versus 3, Dream Warriors versus, what is it, Friday the 13th 6, Jason Lives. I have to go with Dream Warriors. One, because by part 6, I think Freddy, Jason's already done pretty much all he can do. And I think most of his more brutal deaths came in his earlier sequels. As far as Dream Warriors, I mean, that's when Freddy Krueger really started ramping up. I mean, comes out like the fucking worm, and he's like, he's welcome to prime time, bitch, and then he's like, what a rush. Yeah, he had like all the one-liners, all the awesome kills. Definitely Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 for me.
I think by the end of the stream, people are going to be tired of that line.
I know, right?
Stop saying it. All right, but thank you, Andre.
Can I say something about that line? Growing up, I never heard, and I still don't hear "Welcome to Primetime, Bitch." I always thought he said "Fuck the Primetime, Bitch."
Huh?
Oh.
That's interesting. I kind of hear that in my head too. Why?
I don't know. I was like, "Fuck the Primetime, Bitch." I thought that's what he was saying.
That's so
And
weird.
everybody else said "Welcome." I'm like, I guess I'm wrong.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
It's like Joker in the original Batman, Jack Nicholson Joker, Batman. I always thought he said to Bob, "Remember, you are my number one, and I."
That's
I always
what
thought he said, "And I."
Oh, you thought he said
But
an I?
Yeah, because that's what he sounds like. And
That's
I. It doesn't make sense, but when you subtitle it, he goes, I think he says guy or something. I forgot what he,
Guy.
yeah, it's funny.
It does
Tony, you're
sound
not
Guy.
alone
I
in
thought
hearing
that
things
too.
weird.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it
It's
going.
called the Mandela effect, everybody. Come on.
I used to also think.
I'm
that
just
Bon
wondering,
Jovi
maybe
was
there's another
saying-
version.
I used to think Bon Jovi was saying you give love a Band-Aid. So.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we got Thrash Bondo in the house. Thrash.
Good evening, Mr. Phat Samurai Guy and the rest of the Movie Dojo Army. Thrash Pondo here. And I gotta weigh in on my favorite of tonight's 2 flicks. And much as I love the return of Jason Voorhees, I gotta go with Freddy's Dream Warriors on this one. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a good stop-motion animation. And besides, my wife liked this one better of the 2. And let's face facts, she's the smart one. Anyway, all I get for you guys tonight. Thanks again. Be good, be safe, be careful. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. Peace.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Another thing I love about Dream Warriors is
welcome to Primetime, bitch.
No. That's funny because I don't even think of that line when I think of Dream Warriors. One of the things I think about the most is when you have the reunion of Freddy and Nancy together, and it's all summed up in one word. He just looks at her and he's like, "You." Like, it's so awesome. That's the writing I'm talking about, where you don't have to say a million things and you can sum everything up in one word. And that's what the beauty of that is.
Nice. All right. Last but not least, Jose Prendez himself, director of Headless Horseman, Master Chaos. Here we go.
Hey guys, Master Chaos here. I'm sorry I can't be with you tonight for the 50th Versus. It's pretty great. Congratulations, Phat Samurai. That's amazing. I think I was in the first one, the first 2 or so. 50, that's amazing. That's wonderful. Congratulations on that. All right. Shame I can't be there because I helped sort of come up with the rival movie for this topic. I'm currently designing a haunted house for my son. I'm going to give you a little tour as we talk. He has a Halloween carnival on Friday, and we basically are low on manpower and no time, so we're doing our best to get through it. Anyway, Nightmare 3 versus Jason 6. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big Freddy guy. I I'd like it fine, but I don't find myself really rewatching the Freddy movies. Look at this guy back here. I'm not crazy. The Freddy movies as much as I do the Jason movies. None of them are my favorite in terms of franchises. So, it's tough. However, these are the best of the best when it comes to both franchises. These are the two movies that people love, rewatch over and over and over again, as do I, even as somebody who doesn't consider myself a super fan of the franchise. Look at that. That's the spider cave. Isn't that crazy? So my decision is going to be based on what I think is the most rewatchable, the most fun. They're both very fun. They're both very rewatchable. They both have pluses and minuses. Obviously, Part 3 has the best special effects. Nightmare 3 has the best, really great effects. It's really when arguably you could say Freddy becomes Freddy. Like all the TV and the veins and all that good stuff. And arguably you could say the same thing about Jason Lives. That's when Jason really becomes the Jason we know and love, the zombie Jason. So I'm at a loss. I'm honestly at a loss. But I'm always going to lean on Jason because I feel that's a much more fun movie, even though I love the third movie, Nightmare 3. They kill Nancy, right? I think Nancy dies. It's been a while. I haven't had a chance to watch it. But long story short, my vote, Jason Lives. I love it. There's the maze, by the way. Look at that. It's 9/10. Anyway, Jason Lives. Happy Halloween to everybody watching. The panel, happy Halloween. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Master Chaos, signing out from this little creepy haunted house. Bye-bye.
Hey, you weren't alone, Samurai.
Samurai.
Jose, did you get the check I sent you? Oh, sorry. I'm back now. Oh. Anubis, there's no point in even tallying. We already know.
Oh, but I want to. I really want to.
Go ahead. What do we got?
10-3.
Oh, all right. It was not a clean sweep.
Not a clean sweep. No.
Yeah. So there's some love there, which I enjoy when it's like that.
It's all right. 3 people could be wrong.
I should add that this is, I think, the second week in a row that Joel and I have agreed on the same movie. It's almost like hell's frozen over.
Joel, bro, ever since you came back to Versus, when we restarted it, Joel has won every single time. I'm like, wow, man. Wow.
I also think how close it was kind of how not close it was kind of betrays how close it was for my individual, maybe for some of our individual votes,
Well, here's this was what I was talking about before. Hold on, before I mention it really quickly. Shout out to we have 1 Patreon member and 7 channel members. They get their own poll. That's right. Let's see what they voted. So shout out to those guys. Thanks again for joining the show. We all knew. Yeah, it's all for Nightmare.
Yikes.
All right.
Look at that.
Now, no, it gets worse. Wait till you see the public vote.
Oh, no.
This is bad. This is like Hulk smash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
that's actually better than the other one.
Yeah.
I think more than I thought. Way better. 286 votes. That's a lot.
Yeah. It still looks bad. but yeah. So again, going back to the pick, you guys watching this right now, we were like stuck over here. Like, man, we were thinking really hard. What could go up against Dream Warriors, or at least give it some kind of a semi-threat? And for the life of us, we could not think of any other horror movie unless you want to argue and put the original against Dream Warriors. But we couldn't do that because we already did the original against Halloween. So we just could not think of anything that had any possibility of giving Dream Warriors a run for its money. And then Jose came up with Jason Lives, which is another fan favorite. So we looked at it like that: fan favorite versus fan favorite. And I think we had it was fun. I knew it was going to be a slaughter. I actually thought I was going to be the only one, though. So it's nice to see some other choices for Jason Lives.
That money is paying off well.
Money well spent.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a blast. Always fun talking movies with these badasses. Hey, y'all know what you need to do. Y'all know you need to subscribe. That's right. To Cult of Cinema, son. Go to Aaron Pin's channel. All right. The guy knows his stuff. That's right. He knows his stuff. Mr. Tony of the motherfucking Dead, son. The actor. That's right. That's right. Keep your eyes out for his future projects. That's right. And Joel Valley, he made it. Media Glitch, son. That's right. Filmmaker, director. That's right.
Good
Represent
movie.
Beautiful Prison,
Movie,
son.
get it.
Check it out and watch it on Tubi right now. It's fantastic. That's right. And my brothers from another mother. That's right. Gear Brothers. Great having them back here. Retaliator, son, is out now. I put in the description box below where you guys can go straight to Amazon Prime and purchase it, rent it, check it out. That's right. I will be checking it out this Saturday. That's right.
I've
This
already done a
Saturday,
review on it.
because we're saving it. We want to salivate it. We're saving it for our Halloween horror weekend movie watching time. And I want to do it with friends. That's how we're supposed to watch The Retaliators, baby.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't want to sit in a dark hole and watch it by myself, even though I'm sure I'll still enjoy it. But yeah, we're going to watch it with friends. We're going to have some brewskis. That's right. Some pizza, some chocolate chip cookies, Lady Fat Blood style. And we're going to have some fun watching some badassity running wild, The Retaliators. So make sure you guys check it out. And shout out for Jose. I did put a link in the description box below if you guys want to see Headless Horseman on Vudu. Check it out. Check it out. Is there. All right. Let's see. Was there anything else? Thanks again, guys, for celebrating the 50th episode of Versus.
Oh man.
Woo.
Total pleasure and an honor, man. This is
We got to do more. I'm not sure about next Thursday yet. We'll see. But I don't know, Tony. Maybe I'll take another break for another 6 months, and then bring Versus back again. We'll see. But no,
you can have 6 days off.
6 days.
So
okay,
yeah, every week.
All right, cool. But this was a blast. But before we wrap it up, hey, also, if you guys are new, thanks for hanging out. That's right, and subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy. That's right. Thanks again for watching. Before we go, quick thumbnail. Grab your outfits really quick. Thumbnail. We got to do
I don't have an outfit.
That's fine. Grab something horror, Joel. Or grab something horror.
I got nothing.
That's right, Aaron.
He's selling pins.
It's closed like a G.
5 masks back there.
Wait, we gotta wait for Joel.
I'm coming.
Tony, you should put on Freddy. Go put on Freddy, Tony.
I can't breathe in the Freddy.
Oh,
I don't have any.
That's all right. Just pose. Just make a good pose. There you go. Aaron, pose like a G. GQ, son. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey, all right.
Hey.
Woohoo!
All right.
That was fun. That's right. All of you badasses watching, we're going to try to schedule a live stream for this Sunday, and we're going to talk about, me and Lady Fat Blood are going to talk about all the horror films we've watched recently, old and new. We're going to see what the fucking big deal is about the Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
Is it all hype? Well, come join us and find out, or will we enjoy it? We'll, come check it out. You'll see it scheduled this Sunday, and there. I love that screen. and Mass Tony is great. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys were here for the 50th episode, and we'll see you guys. Hey, keep watching horror films, baby. That's right. Represent the motherfucking genre, son. Slasher, paranormal, creature features, baby. There's something for everybody. That's right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.